Welcome back to Legend of the Iron Fleet Express. Week 6 is in the books. Let's get after it. All right, starting off, we got standings. So in the East, you've got Orlando suffering their first defeat, still in first place though at 5-1, best record in the league. Then you've got Birmingham, who went out to San Diego and handed the Fleet their third loss of the season. And Birmingham improves their record to 4-2, still sitting in second place over in the East. Then you've got Atlanta, who is at 2-4. And then you've got Memphis with the worst record in the league. So you've got first and worst in the same conference. Next up is the West, and in the West we've got the 4-2 San Antonio Commanders sitting atop. 2 3-3 teams. The Fleet have a better divisional record, so they are in number 2 spot above Arizona, who gets back in the win column this week, who both are sitting at 3-3. And then you've got the Stallions from Salt Lake City, who get back into the win column as well, and they are sitting at 2-4. All right, next up, we have the power rankings. And this week we went with cuts of meat. All right, first up, I still got to put Orlando at number 1 because they have the best record, and I've got them at prime rib. Prime rib is the top choice cut of meat. You're going to dinner, fancy restaurant, prime rib is always the high end. Number 2, didn't change here, San Antonio. And you could almost say that there's 1A and 1B. And San Antonio's sitting at number 2 with ribeye steak. Everybody loves a good ribeye if it's cooked and seasoned the right way. So that's where I've got them. Number 2 sitting with ribeye steak. Number 3, I've got Birmingham still. So my top 3 didn't really change at all. So I've got them at pork chops. Why pork chops? Because they can either be prepared perfectly and come out and do really well and be really good, or you've got somebody that's not used to cooking this product and they come out nasty and terrible and just plain no good. So I've got Birmingham number 3 with pork chops. Okay, number 4, I've got San Diego and their fried chicken. Fried chicken is a fan favorite. People like them. And it's just good unless you don't know how to make it. And sometimes San Diego comes out and they are just on fire, and sometimes they come out and you didn't quite get the breading right, or you didn't quite make it hot enough and it's just undercooked a little bit. So I've got them at number 4. Next up, number 5, we got Salt Lake, and I've got them sitting with salmon. Why salmon, you might ask? Well, it's meat, but it's not really meat, because apparently if you are Catholic, you can eat fish during Lent on Fridays, even though you're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays during Lent. So it's meat, but it's not really meat. They're good, but they're not really good. Number 6, making a big jump this week for me, Arizona. And I got them with chicken nuggets. Why? Because people like chicken nuggets. Arizona's got some fans, and kids get excited about chicken nuggets, and you know they're good. They're nice little finger food. They're a nice little snack to have while you're driving. You know, go through the drive-through at McDonald's, pick yourself up 10-piece chicken nuggets. You know, it's good stuff. But at the same time, we all know they're made of crap. We all know that they're not really that good, and they're not that good for you. So yeah, Arizona, they're not that great. Sometimes they hit the spot and it's just right, but more often than not, we know we shouldn't really be eating them or cheering for the Arizona Hotshots. Number 7, I've got Atlanta, and they are pimento loaf. Why? Because it's just terrible. It's not good. You think that putting stuff in bologna to give it a little bit more flavor would be good, but it's not. And they put in Aaron Murphy to give their offense a little bit of a spark, and all he did was throw a whole bunch of interceptions. And it's just not that good. I mean, at one point in the fourth quarter, they had Sims warming up on the sideline, which was completely asinine. But yeah, pimento loaf for Atlanta. It's just not good. Everybody's least favorite lunch meat. And at number 8, we've got Memphis, and they are Spam light. There's nothing more that needs to be said about Memphis. Okay, game predictions. Orlando, Atlanta. I see Orlando coming back into the win column this week. San Antonio taking on Salt Lake. I see San Antonio winning that game. It's just San Antonio just looks like the team to beat right now. They're the hottest team going forward now that Orlando's lost a game. They've got the long winning streak going in the league, and I just see San Antonio taking Salt Lake down. Then you've got Birmingham taking on Memphis. I see Birmingham continuing to roll, which should almost eliminate Memphis from even making the playoffs this season. Then in the game of the week that I think is going to be the most exciting game, and also it has the most at stake for both teams, is Arizona and San Diego. The winner of that game will be the number 2 seed in the West, and have a leg up on the other one. And I honestly see Arizona coming out on top in this game. They're going to be coming out, flying high after that big win in Orlando. San Diego's kind of a little dejected after that last second loss to the Iron. And I just don't see Berkovici leading the Fleet to a big victory here. I think Arizona's going to take over. I don't think it's going to stay that way at the end of the season, but I just see Arizona winning this game just because of where the two teams are at the moment. Okay, we'll look at the bold prediction of the week. I am 0 for 3 so far, so hey, we got to hit sometime. Laws of probability and all. So, my bold prediction for the week is not as bold as some of the other ones have been, but I still think it's pretty bold to say this because Salt Lake City has one of the best, if not the best, run defenses in the league. They are not giving up a lot of yards on the ground. Now, their secondary is suspect, but their run defense is pretty dang good. And I think that Farrow breaks 100 yards rushing on Salt Lake City's defense this week, excuse me. I just see it happening. Farrow is just a workhorse, and if San Antonio wants to have success, they are most successful when they have their running game going. Yeah, they beat the Iron, but they only beat the Iron because Farrow busted his butt, got 142 rushing yards that game, and just chewed up clock. And I see this being another low-scoring game. I see San Antonio coming out on top, maybe by 3 or 4 points, but they're going to do it on the legs of Farrow. He is going to be the deciding factor in this game. So that is my bold prediction of the week.